I've really grown to hate making ginger syrup. It's a pain to peel ginger, juice ginger, or microplane ginger, and my syrups never last as long as I want them to. Ginger syrup has become the weakest link in all of my syrups because it's not used that often, and it goes bad much faster than the others, and it's something that I need to keep on hand pretty much all of the time, and it can't be subbed for. So this is my simple solution. It's easy to make, and once you spend a few minutes making some ginger juice, you'll be able to make ginger syrup pretty much on demand whenever you need it. Here's how this syrup works, and we'll be mixing metric and imperial measurements, so don't freak out because it will all make sense. All you do is take 1 ounce of ginger juice and add it to 100 grams of a rich 2-to-1 simple syrup. That's a 2-to-1 syrup that I always keep on hand, so I always have that ready to go. When you do this, you'll end up with a syrup that is 50 Brix, or a 1-to-1 level of sweetness, which is what I want my ginger syrup to be anyways. Now, the pain point in making ginger syrup is making ginger juice, so you have a few options here. You can go to the store and you can buy ginger juice. You can peel ginger, and you can even use a spoon to do this. I saw Tiki doing this recently on Instagram. Then use a microplane to grate the ginger. You'll be left with a paste that you can put through a strainer or a filter to make some ginger juice. You can also use a juicer if you have one, but these suck for ginger, especially in smaller volumes, and most people don't have a juicer, not to mention they're no fun to clean. Or you can do this. Take some fresh ginger and just leave the peels on and weigh it. Add equal parts water and blend. Now filter it through a nut milk bag, but a fine mesh strainer will work here as well. Now you have ginger juice that's been cut with water, and we needed that additional water or it wouldn't blend. The main idea behind this is to take an already made simple syrup, something that you already have on hand that doesn't go bad, like a rich 2-to-1 simple syrup, and then easily add ginger juice to it on demand whenever you need it. And I'll share with you an even easier way to do this in just a minute for future ginger syrup needs. So why am I mixing ounces and grams? Well, I'll share that, but first, a little refresher on Brix. Brix is a scale of 1 to 100 that tells you how much sucrose is dissolved in a solution by weight. 50 degrees Brix means it's a syrup that is 50% sugar by weight, what we call a 1-to-1 simple syrup. 66 Brix means it's 66% sugar, and that's equal to a 2-to-1 rich simple syrup. Any amount of a 2-to-1 rich simple syrup is 66 Brix, but if you take 100 grams of a 2-to-1 rich simple syrup and you want to lower that to 50 Brix, you would need to add in 32 grams of water. Now, 1 ounce of water equals 28 grams. So we're not exact here, but we're super close. And 1 ounce of ginger juice plus 100 grams of a 2-to-1 simple syrup will give you a syrup between 50 and 51 Brix, and that's plenty close enough for me. If you hate using metric or don't have a scale, 100 grams of a 2-to-1 rich simple syrup is just under 3 ounces. You could use that and you would be close enough. But the way I'll make this in the future is even easier because I freeze the extra ginger juice into 1 ounce ice cubes. Almost all of these cheap ice cube trays are for 1 ounce cubes. When I need a new batch of syrup, I take out a ginger juice cube, let it thaw, add it to a bottle, and then just weigh out 100 grams, or just under 3 ounces, of a rich 2-to-1 simple syrup. And I like the smaller batch size here because I probably won't even use this much ginger syrup before it goes bad. Now, some people will want a ginger syrup that is much more spicy and more intensely ginger flavored, especially for modern cocktails like penicillin. Some recipes will call for equal parts ginger juice to sugar. The Death of Company book calls for half a cup of ginger juice to 1 cup of sugar, which means you're getting a ginger juice or ginger syrup that is somewhere between like 30 to 50% ginger juice. The one I'm sharing here is just about 10% ginger juice in the final syrup, but the intense syrups I think are less useful when trying to create a syrup for a broad range of cocktails in already existing recipes. Most recipes are not calling for incredibly spicy ginger syrups. But if you want to make a spicier ginger syrup, you could use the store-bought ginger juice because that's not cut with any water, or you could use that microplane method instead of the blender. That way you're not diluting your fresh ginger juice with water. Or what's even easier is that you could just add in more than 1 ounce of the ginger juice to your 100 grams of syrup. For instance, if you use 2 ounces or 2 ginger juice ice cubes, you'll make a syrup that is about 20% ginger juice, so it will have twice the amount of ginger juice in your syrup. You just need to make sure if you do that and you kind of go off the recipe there, that for each additional ounce that you add to your syrup, you're going to need to add the same exact amount in granulated sugar to keep it at 50 Brix. So you're not adding in more syrup to compensate for that, but you're adding in more sugar. While this method yields a much less spicy ginger syrup than some of the recipes you're going to find out there, it's plenty spicy. It is ginger forward, it has heat to it, and it's delicious. It has a fresh ginger taste that you're not really able to get using store-bought ginger juice or even buying some of the higher-end ginger syrups. This will also have a much more broad appeal when you're working in a wide variety of recipes. So that's how I make ginger syrup nowadays moving forward. If you want to see how this ginger syrup stacks up to some store-bought brands like Rial and Liber & Co., I'll leave a link to a Patreon video that I just shared where I try those two against this syrup. And while it's on Patreon, that's free to watch. You can just click the link and it'll take you there and you can watch that video. So that's it for this one. If you found this video helpful, or if you have your own ginger syrup recipe, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, just give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you on the next one.